Hey guys, I'm Nisi with NisiBennett.com, and today we're going to talk about traveling to Las Vegas on a business trip and a budget. So most of my trips to Las Vegas have been on a budget, so I've become very resourceful when it comes to making these trips. I personally live far enough away where I have to fly, so the first thing that I do when I realize I'm going to be flying to Vegas is I go to Google Flights. You can set up an alert and it will send you an email when the flights, the prices change, which is great to kind of stay informed. That way you're not always on searching and looking for the prices to change. A ton of people say, oh, you need 3 weeks out, Tuesday 3 weeks out, and things like that. I haven't found any rule of thumb as to when to get the flight, and if my plans are far out enough, I just use the Google Flight Alert to let me know if they're starting to kind of creep up or if there's a drop. And it'll actually give you a little bar graph to let you know which way it's going, up or down. So the next thing I do is the hotel. So if your conference or convention is inside one of the strip hotels, what you'll want to make sure you do is see if there's a room code, because you can get a discount if there's a room code. If there's not a room code, or if the price is still a little bit too much for you, my favorite resource is the Marriott Courtyard that's across the street from the convention center. So the convention center hosts most of the events that I attend in Las Vegas anyway, and it's really super easy and quick. The bonus to making a reservation at this Marriott Courtyard is that they don't require any money up front. If you make a reservation on the strip, they either want a deposit or the full thing in most cases. So up front I can kind of save some money and have that backup plan. And then I just put a reminder on my phone about 4 or 5 days before the trip to cancel the reservation if I already found a better deal. The next thing you want to think about when you're trying to get there is transportation, from the airport to the hotel, and also getting around Vegas. So if you're on a crunch for time, I recommend taking a taxi from the airport to the hotel. If you're not so much on a crunch for time, then I say to use the Super Shuttle. The Super Shuttle will run you about $20, $25 round trip, and it will take about 30 to 35 minutes, maybe even 45 minutes to get you from the airport to your hotel. Now it's only 7 or 8 miles from the strip, but because you're on a shuttle, it's a shared shuttle, so you may have other people going to different hotels. So it may take a little bit longer to get there. I personally use that time to take pictures, kind of get myself adjusted from the flight and everything else, so it doesn't bother me. Another thing that you might want to look into is the bus system there has a 24-hour pass, and that bus runs up and down the strip, but it also takes you to Fremont Street, which is like the old Vegas strip, and you can get a pass. I believe they're about $10 or less for 24 hours, or it's like $2 or $3 one way. Completely up to you. Kind of manage where you're going and what you want to do. I personally just go ahead and get the 24-hour pass. That way if things change or come up, or if we decide to do something different, we're okay. Another option would be to get the 24-hour pass from the Monorail. Now the Monorail runs on the back side of the strip, but it takes you from the convention center all the way down to the south end of the strip by MGM. And then you just hop on and off that, and you have a 24-hour pass for that as well. I do prepay for my bus passes, and I do prepay for my Monorail. And the reason for that is this: I don't want to stand in line at the machine to get a card or a pass or anything like that. I want it all taken care of, and I just consider it a part of my all-inclusive prepaid momentum, so that I don't even think about it. When I get there, I know I'm squared away to get off and on the monorail or the bus as much as I want to. It doesn't matter where you stay in Vegas, you're going to be walking. So any assistance that you can get, especially if you spent 6 or 7 hours walking or in a conference, you'll want to take that monorail. So I'm Nisi Bennett from NisiBennett.com, and this is how to get to Vegas for a business trip on a budget.